Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 94.
It's Mario 94. It's me. I'm 94. I'm BC 94. 94. It's me. That's my identifier. All right. I identify as 94. Let's go. How you boys doing?
Let's identify as something.
Let's go. Yeah.
Is that real? Like in
Yeah.
fire lingo, you're 94?
Yep. BC 94 on your radio dial. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Radio dial.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Do you give away prizes or anything?
You get the prize right to the gates, the pearly whites, the pearly gates. There's your prize.
Wow.
Today on the radio dial, your prize pack is from Focus.
All right, we got stuff to talk about today. We've got new ACC scheduling model came out because we added those 3 new teams. The first college football rankings are out, but should we get things off and going down to Green Tree?
I think you need to prep Scoop first for this because this is.
No, Ro, you just let it happen. You just let it happen.
Okay.
Oh, this ought to go well.
72.
Let's go.
Let's go. Fine.
What?
No, the music's stupid. That's fine.
Wow.
It kind of had like a Howard Cosell ABC 1960-70 vibe to that. A little
Not
shag.
not
carpet.
impressed.
Well, so
I don't know what's going on here. Not
I'll tell you.
impressed.
I'll tell you.
I
So
figured it out immediately. Not good.
our old Green Tree intro that we've been using since the inception of the pod. We started doing all this crap on YouTube, and now it's getting us flagged. Whoever owns the copyright to that little bet I had on it is flagging us, and so we needed to change it.
Okay.
And so I had to find some of those royalty free. So that means it's something that sucks.
We can get you
sucks.
some release songs.
Yeah, I mean that sucks.
Hey,
That
if
sucks
release
for sure.
wants to, you want to go into the studio and record a little something, a little jingle for that, you go right the fuck ahead. I'm just telling you, for the free stuff is all going to suck. And spending I'm not spending $1,000 a year on a jingle.
No, I mean, no, it's fine. It's fine for what it is. I mean, obviously, you saw by my enthusiasm with my
you
Let's
love
Go that I was
Yeah.
clearly not impressed.
Let's go.
Ain't
All
it
right.
funny? Ain't it funny, though, how we can instantly hear shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like,
Yep.
this is, yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about something that is good. Things that are very good. First, we have some significant awards going out. Once again, it's like when the ACC has to drop its players of the week. There are going to be some Canes listed. This week, it's Rueben Bain Jr., ACC Defensive Lineman of the Week. They might just want to rename that award after him.
The Rueben Bain
Yeah.
Defensive Lineman of the Week award.
Andy Borregales, ACC Specialist of the Week.
Rightfully
Cam,
so.
ACC Defensive Back of the Week. And Miami's offensive line. Lee, Cone, Cooper dominate the PFF Week 9 starting team. It was listen, we talked about it preseason, how we were going down the list and like, man, there's a lot of possible all ACC guys on this roster. And we're seeing it. Like, there's going to be awards going for all these guys. A lot of individual honors are going to go out this year.
And we said it for Rueben Bain from the rip. We're like, this is a dude you got to watch out for. This is a finder. This is a freshman in name only. Now with his 6.5 sacks, he's 4th in the ACC as a true freshman. That's amazing. And you mentioned Cam Kitchens, so I kind of give it away. Do you know he's tied for 1st in the ACC in interceptions? Had no idea. He was out for
What's the number?
3, but he's tied
Okay.
with 5 people with 3 interceptions. He's the ACC leader in interceptions. Did not
I think
know
I would
that.
be more surprised that the ACC leader in interceptions only has 3
Yeah.
at
But
this stage of the season.
That's what we're looking at through 10/31.
I got you.
Interesting. Mhm.
Yeah, interesting. All right.
So there we go.
Look, it's a lot of accolades.
It's a lot of accolades.
A lot of accolades.
Well, I heard something this week.
Oh, Jesus.
And there was a hypothetical,
Okay.
and it happens to deal with, because we'll talk a little bit about the quarterback play. Your boy Ro was active on social media this week.
Mhm.
Made a comment. I basically said, in terms of Offensive coordinator Rhett Lashley to one Gaddis. I put Shannon right in the middle, to which a lot of people didn't like that. But, Tyler's name gets brought up repeatedly because then it's that debate. Who's hampering who here?
Sure.
Regardless.
Chicken or the egg.
But I heard this, and I want to get your take on this, and this might have came from somewhere else in the potosphere. And they said one of the problems is Xavier Restrepo being on the field. I think it's probably best if they pull him off for some plays so Tyler doesn't stare him down. And I just want your take on that. Should the University of Miami pull Xavier Restrepo off the field because Tyler looks his way too much?
So should we pull our leading wide receiver off the field?
Yes.
Because he's getting
the leading wide.
He looks from the quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, evidently, the only reason he's leading the team in receptions is because Tyler doesn't throw to anybody else.
Question.
I can't, man.
If we pull him off the field, like what are we having him do on the bench for us?
Look pretty.
Okay, and is he there for like an extended period of time or just for one play here and there?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, I'm going to say that I keep my leading wide receiver on the fucking field every offensive play.
Listen, in the top 20 in the ACC, in the top 23 Miami Hurricanes are there. In the essentially in the top 10, you got two. You got Xavier Restrepo and Jacoby George. So yes, Xavier Restrepo is the breadwinner there. He's third in conference, right? He's the third leading receiver in terms of yards per game. But like it's game 7. Let's just pull Michael Jordan off the court. Let's take our most effective scorer and just put him on the sideline because you know what? He's not really gonna pass it to Paxton. No way. Screw you, Scotty. You pick it up. Tony Kukoc, you take the shot. It's ridiculous.
I have a solution. I will allow you to pull X off the field if you put in Arroyo and promise to throw the ball to him.
I'd love to see both.
What is a tight end for 500, Alex?
I'm just saying. If you promise to throw to the tight end on that play, then you can take him off the field for a play.
Here's what I simply don't get, right? Somebody on every team, I promise you this is the case. I promise you this to be accurate. This is factual. This is not speculative, Scoop. This is factual. Somebody on every team in the country is going to have more receptions than the other guys. There's going to be one person that has more, unless there's a tie, than the other guys. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that Mr. Musket, pew pew, for the Virginia Cavaliers throws to Mr. Washington too often?
Yeah, let's take him off the field too.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'm just curious.
We could do it for this week's opponent. Ro, you're on a computer right now, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and pull up NC State and take a look at the catches for their wide receivers? All right, and tell me what you see.
All right, I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to do that. But before I do that, I'm working on another stat you'll find interesting. But go ahead.
Go for it.
All right. So do you realize if we count this all up, right? 4 plus 8, which is 16.
First down.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Plus 1, which is 17. Plus 2 plus 4. So 21, you're looking at 23.
You say 2 plus floor?
No, I'm just the way I'm doing my math. They'll follow along. Yeah, 23 total receptions, right? What did I just? Okay, 23 total receptions. That's all the receptions from every single tight end and running back you have on the team. That still doesn't eclipse Colby Young's 32, who's your third leading receiver and one of the receivers in the group. Your receivers have more catches, all three of them, not just Xavier Restrepo. Xavier Restrepo is the leader of the receiver pack. But I just told you that Colby Young, the third receiver, he's got 32 catches, right? Jacoby George has 36. Xavier has 57. Your third leading receiver, wide receiver, out receives them all. It's just you have an offensive coordinator who doesn't prioritize the tight end and the running back. It's just that's what he does. And now I'll go over and jump to NC State. I got you, Boo.
Well, I would say this, Ro. So you when you were saying that ranking, when you're putting Dawson right in between Gaddis and Lashley?
I would push him up a little bit. I would push him up
closer
to about
to Lashley, right? Like, I mean,
like a 7.
we
like
are
a
getting
7.
to 30 points a game. I mean,
he's a 7.
Okay, 7. All right.
Gaddis is the floor at 1, and Dawson came in hitting that ceiling right off the rip. Like, he touches like, I'm here, boys. All right, yeah. So here you go with the NC State Wolf.
Yeah. How about if we just take their leading wide receiver off the field? What happens?
He's got 42 receptions, and the next leading guy's got 17.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Not even close.
He got one guy that had so many. Let's take Xavier off the field.
Come on, bro.
He stares at him too much.
What are we doing?
Like Jordan Travis when he sees 6'7" Johnny Wilson, like, don't throw to him. He's too tall. Why are you looking his way? Oh my goodness.
I find it difficult to really comprehend, and I think a lot of it is parroted, to be quite honest with you. And this isn't anything other than why. It's why are we bitching about somebody having more receptions than somebody? I just don't understand. I don't get it, right? Again, somebody has to have more than the rest of the team. That's just how this works. Tank Dell last year for Dawson's system had like 9,000 fucking catches, right? He had 1,000 yards, 1,200 yards, like some stupid number, but he caught the ball too much. Like, it's just a narrative that becomes a bit dumb. Like, just why are we even talking? Not us, but why do we continuously beat this?
Well, let me ask you this, Ro, because you do student of the game and you actually break down the film.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that Tyler is forcing the ball to X to the point where he is missing touchdown passes to other wide receivers or open players?
Thank you for the segue, because I was just about to, I raised my hand, right? Tried to use OBB etiquette, because I was going to say, phenomenal show on the recap show. You boys did great in my absence. Thank you very much. You guys brought up astounding points. Toast Scoop is on the money. In zone, right? In zone, what's happening a lot, they're just dropping a lot more in coverage. So they know who the top 3 pass catchers are, right? They're all wide receivers, Xavier. So what's happening is you see a lot of 7-on-3. Sometimes you see 8-on-4. Sometimes you see 7-on-4. And what I'm noticing, Toast, is that the windows in those zones are getting a lot tighter, right? As a quarterback who played that position a long time ago, pissed Dan Orlovsky off because I didn't want to go to Boston College. I'm just telling you, just looking from that perspective, like, the linebackers aren't afraid to just drop back and take the windows out from the wide receiver's legs. So you got to help out a little bit. You got to get the tight ends in the middle of the field. You got to maybe move those checkdowns in the middle of the field, and then it's going to open up the windows. I'm just looking at what Tyler's being asked to do. Now, he had 2 really bad interceptions this week that were all on him. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. One was versus zone coverage. One was in man coverage. 2 bad balls. The one play, which got us rounds because people are putting still shots, not really fair. Dawson did his job. That was a manufactured touchdown. That was what, a bag play, like I like to call. He scripted it well. It would have been a touchdown to Xavier Restrepo, by the way, which that's what the OC wanted to do. There's some things that the University of Miami can do, Toast, right now to help out their quarterback, and it's going to be part of my keys to the game this week. But I'm just telling you right now, UVA just sat back in zone, just like Georgia Tech. And because we're so wide receiver heavy and they're not really respecting tight ends and running backs, Tyler doesn't have the same windows that he's throwing in that he did earlier in the year. I'm just telling you that right now.
Look, everything was fine. Everything was fine until Georgia Tech came in and ran that bullshit umbrella. And then it wasn't fine anymore. And now we're having to deal with the fact that we don't, for some reason, we don't know why. Ro and I have talked about this off the show ad nauseum, to be quite honest with you. We do not occupy the middle of the field well in zone. We don't have our tight ends there. We don't have our running backs, which I'd love to see more checkdowns, because everyone's getting on Tyler for not checking down enough. I would appreciate it if maybe the checkdowns weren't necessarily on the opposite side of the field. Mm-hmm. On little flare routes, right? Maybe we could put these checkdowns envision, right? Maybe we can move the checkdowns in front of Tyler, which a lot of times is very helpful. And a lot of times it allows you to get the ball out quicker, even on your third or potentially fourth read. So that kind of stuff, I wish I could see more of. And, we talked about in the show, Ro, and you're right. I mean, it was a touchdown. It was a terrible throw, right? It was again, two things can be correct. Two things can be true at the same time. That was the correct read. Don't misconstrue this, right? The tight end at the top of the screen is covered. That corner has him baited and the safety has him baited. So the still shot is fucking useless
all day, bro.
In regards to
INT
100%.
all day.
Yes,
all day.
100%. Okay. The back release, Tyler was already throwing the ball when the back releases, and you got Burchard. That's great. Okay, check down to Burchard. He's going to get you 5 to 7 years. That's fine. But X was uncovered, right? I mean, it was a touchdown. If X was covered, that check down is the proper read. X was uncovered for a touchdown. It was the correct read. It was a poor throw. So they're both true. I wish that we had checkdowns that just came better into view for him in this situation.
The capture of the week, because they always stand on their own when I do the student of the game, was Miami dropped 7 against UVA, right? They keep their check down right in the middle of the field. It keeps Mawanoa toast in the middle of the field, right? It opens up a nice little passing window. Musket drives it. It's a first down on like 3rd and 7. Flip it. UVA drops 7. We send guys out in the coverage. We're doing these little sit routes trying to get the first down. We have the running back hold first, then release to the flat. The Mike linebacker wasn't respecting anything because it's just going out to the flats. He pinches down on Xavier Restrepo. It's a tight window. You got to try to make that throw to get the first. It gets batted down. He stares at Restrepo. Let's get Restrepo out of the field because he looks his way too much, right? But I'm like, two things could be true. Tyler needs to play better. For this last 4-game stretch, we need great play Tyler, but we also need the offensive coordinator, and we've seen this episode before year after year. We get in a conference play. Those teams get smart. They start creating little blueprints on your tendencies, and I think we could do better. That's all.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the Week 10 matchup. At North Carolina State, 8 o'clock game on ACC Network. Miami leads all-time series 11-5, currently on a 4-game win streak. Anyone know the last time NC State got a win in this series?
Ooh, no. 10 years ago?
2008, Randy Shannon versus Tom O'Brien.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Randy Shannon lost to NC State 2 years in a row. Last 2 Miami wins in this series. By
Russell Wilson was one of those. Russell Wilson was one of the quarterbacks.
Wilson was one of those quarterbacks.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yep. Last 2 Miami wins in this series. The last couple of years have been by a total of 4 points. NC State has been following wins with losses this year. So if they keep the pattern going, this should be a loss for them. This is interesting. So they knock off Clemson last week. So maybe there's a little bit of a letdown. I don't know. But in that game, like we've been watching Clemson all season, and a team that has just talk about a team that just shoots itself in the foot, right? NC State won this game last week, I think like 24-17 or something. They had 202 yards of offense. 122 came on 2 plays. That's all they have for the whole game. They had a pick 6, which got them a touchdown. But
so did we.
Yeah, there you go. So it is they made a quarterback change a few games ago. So they benched Brennan and they went with this kid MJ Morse, who's now QB1.
I'm a big fan of his. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm a big fan from Carrollton, Georgia. I had the ability to talk to him through his recruitment. Just wonderful young man. I want the Miami Hurricanes to win, but I wish you luck.
All right. So what do you guys think? They have a veteran crew on defense. Their losses this year, Notre Dame, Louisville, Maryland. This game really allows one of these teams to have a shot at the ACC championships game. This is an elimination game Saturday. Loser is totally out of the picture. Winner still has hope.
I think for me, University of Miami. Are we going into our keys of the game, or we're just giving general thoughts?
General thoughts.
Okay, general thoughts. I need Tyler back. I need Tyler to go back to when we last beat them. We were at home. It was Rhett Lashley. He called them out. Remember this. He called them out. He was like, their defense is okay. They had like the top 3 defense in the country at that time. He's like, yeah, that's the same defense of last year. We'll be fine. Completely puts points on the board. And that was the launching pad for him. It was that game. And then he went on that meteoric rise and he got hot. It was that kind of confidence and that bravado. He gave them bulletin board material, right? And we were like, dude, we were on a losing streak. This was bad. I'm like, what are you doing? But he pulled it off. It was a great game plan. You saw what kind of a passer he was downfield. So whatever rumors are out there between the ears and the confidence, I just need him to find that bravado, that confidence from when he first made those comments against that NC State team. I would love for him to make his own internal bulletin board like material for them, even if he doesn't publicize that, but just kind of gets that moxie back and goes out and leads his team, because you have the ability to do something special with those last 4 games, but it's not going to get done if you don't get great quarterback play. What's been on film the last couple of weeks, right? When there's some things from the quarterback that needs to get picked up, you're not going to beat the remaining teams on the roster if you can't play better. And I just need him to get back to that NC State game that we saw him a couple years ago. That's my opening salvo.
Oopie?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say, to be quite honest with you. I mean, if you go back, I saw that online this week, and you go back to that, and that Tyler, right? That just freewheeling, gunslinging kid, knew he was going to light him up, and he went out and he lit him up. Now, I will say that I saw highlights of those plays that he lit them up with. We don't run any of those. So I was like, oh man, that's a nice wheel from Rooster. And that's a nice slant to whoever caught the slant on the top end. Oh, that's a nice touchdown to Will. Oh, that's a nice, I forget what the other one was, but I'm like, man, we don't run it.
Charleston Rambo on a
Charleston Rambo. That's the only one. Okay. The other one.
One-on-one, Charleston Rambo, top of the field against a cover 0 look. Yep. They brought 8 on the house. He pulled it and threw it one-on-one, and Charleston came down to meet.
Yeah, that was a good play. Mm-hmm. The other ones, haven't seen that route from anyone the entire year. So was he more comfortable with that? I don't know. Rooster's running free. Hasn't thrown a slant the entire year. I don't know why we don't throw slants. Just not in the offense, I guess.
It's so funny. It's so funny though, Scoop, because that's all Mark Richt did. It was like, why did we throw?
I know. And now we don't. I haven't seen it since Kaya left.
Listen. Last year I was begging him to protect the quarterback first and then go out in the routes. Now I'm like, could you stop keeping people to protect them? You're only sending 3 in routes. They don't learn from each other. They need to have it's a homeostasis, friends. We got to find the middle. We got to find the perfect balance.
Yeah. Give me a balance. I know you got more than this. There's more tricks in the bag. But stupid. So it's like, I watched the highlights and I'm like, son of a bitch. Yeah. That's yeah. We don't run any of that. We don't. But yeah, we need that. We need it. We got to have that. We got to have that dude.
That's one of my keys.
Yeah,
I'll tie that in with one of my keys.
Yeah, and we'll go into those keys. I think we all have that same key. I have the same key as well. That these last 4 games, 3 on the road, Louisville at home, like we're gonna, like, as I said, I need Tyler to perform like his PFF grade. Right now, he's the number 4 rated passer in the country. Granted, his numbers early, I mean, they've been trending downward the last number of weeks, but I need him to live up to that number 4 rating in the country. Live up to that PFF number of 91.4.
We need PGT.
Yeah, exactly. That's absolutely what we need. Absolutely. Ro, what are your rest of your keys?
All right. So number 1, especially on earlier downs, and especially talking about what Scoop was talking about, I might need a couple RPOs this week, and some post snap.
What do you mean?
No,
you can't run an RPO if your quarterback's immobile.
Yeah, I know, but we finished that. We finished that debate really delicately, because that I went into the Rolodex.
What is?
And I was like, "Do you know how many RPOs?"
Is that a real response?
Yeah. No, but it was fun. I actually enjoyed that response, because sometimes Ro does his homework and he could bring his homework to show. But yeah, I would like a couple RPOs. They are run blitzing you on early downs. They are what's known mug blitzing you, and that's when your tight end doesn't look like he's going to go out for a route, their linebacker's like, well, if he's not coming, I'm coming to the party. So a lot of the ways you can combat that, use some RPOs, use that to your advantage. Go back to what Tyler's comfortable with on earlier downs. There have been some RPOs on film from this, but he's not an over-reliant guy in RPOs. But on earlier downs, I need him to go RPO. Key number 2 for me, and we kind of talked about this, you need to start involving your running backs and your tight ends, in particular, in the middle of the field. You have to be able to occupy that space. If you're going to feature your wide receivers, especially when you're only sending 3, you might want to contemplate, if you have it blocked right, sending a guy in the middle of the field to occupy those linebackers, because those linebackers are getting in the way and they're making it tight for a quarterback to throw windows. And lastly, for me, I'm on the kind of the offensive side of the ball again, but somebody got to watch out for Peyton Wilson, 89 total tackles. So he's everywhere. He's the leading tackler in the ACC. 54 is the Mike. I don't know what the hell his number is, but you got to go ahead and identify that guy, because you got to identify where he is at all time, because he's a difference maker for them. NC State, not really the greatest team in terms of ACC rankings across the board as far as an offensive team. Top up there in terms of defense. They're like top 5 in a lot of the major categories. So University of Miami offense has been kind of reeling and dealing in the ACC, not necessarily wheeling and dealing, more reeling and dealing, reeling and feeling. There you go. I need them to kind of pick up this week. Let's go. PGT, NC State, Tyler. Let's go. Bulletin board.
All that.
And that's my got, Scoop.
Oh, I was waiting for you to go so I could cherry pick.
So, mine is number 1. I already talked about it. TVD plays to his PFF grade of 91.4. Enough on that. Second one, stop Kevin Concepcion. He's the guy we were talking about, 42 receptions, 122 yards on 2 plays last week. Yeah, that was all him. One was a run, one was a pass. He is their best player on offense, no doubt, like the guy Wilson is their linebacker on defense. Concepcion is their guy on offense. Got to keep him contained somehow. And then my third key was our top 25 overall defense just keeps showing up as it has all season. It'll keep us in the game. That and on the road, prime time at night, it's a huge game for them. They're 2-2 in the conference as well. As I said, that place will be rocking. They beat Clemson last week, so I don't know if there's a letdown from them from a player standpoint, but the fans, hell no, they'll be rocking that place Saturday night. So the defense got to come out like they have. That, folks were saying, this team has been starting out slow, maybe offensively, but not defensively. We haven't been falling behind 21-0 like we did a couple years ago. Remember that shit? So yeah, defense just does its thing. It'll keep us in this game.
Amen. Agreed. Yeah, defense shall travel. One of the keys for me was to hold NC State under. 202 is pretty poor. I would say under 300 yards. Defense, just an overall quality game, right? I think an overall quality game. Second one, and this relies more on defense than probably offense. Maybe not. Maybe this is half and half. We got to win the turnover battle. You're on the road. It's going to be hostile. It's going to be at night. They've got nothing else to do up in Raleigh. It's going to be rocking. And I think that the turnover battle is going to be vitally important. And thirdly, and I'll parrot you guys, I need NC State Tyler. I need PGT. I need it's time to come to the party. And you've got the line, you've got receivers, and let me kind of fall into this and double down on what Rose says. OC's got to help him out some, though. I got to be honest with you, man. If you want him to check down, as Shannon said earlier, Dawson said he needs to check down more. Well, can you bring him in view? Right? That to me just kind of drives me nuts. You want him to check down more, but it's 1, 2, 3, and fuck, it's all the way over there. Right? Just make it a little bit easier if that's what you'd like to do. For me, more in the middle of the field.
All right. So we will get to our predictions later on in the show. Coming up next, the first college football playoff rankings were released, and we're going to debate where Miami would have fallen in at 7-1 if we had taken a knee. All right, so let's talk about our people. We start off with the one that is on top of Scoop's head, as always, edmorse.com. Teddy Morse's Harley Davidson, the Power Sports, the Price Protection Promise. If you don't know what that is, you got to check out Morse, man. Listen, you're never going to pay too much there. That's what the Price Protection Promise means. They've also got the best service department around, and they got millions of satisfied customers that rave about them. Just look at the reviews all over the place. edmorse.com. Check them out. They've been with us since day one. Make sure you let them know the Orange Bowl boys sent you. edmorse.com.
Listen, we always talk about the balls. We do. We talk about the boys all day. But do you know that Manscaped, they also have the Beard Hedger Pro Kit? And in it, the Beard Hedger comes with an adapter, beard shampoo, beard conditioner, beard oil, beard balm, and travel bag. So you can keep, the beard looking fresh. Then you go downstairs and you keep the boys nice and tight. Manscaped, use promo code OBB. Get another additional 20% off. Tell them OBB sent you. Yeah, we did. Scoopy.
Scoop, you got some packages for us, baby? I mean, our boy has been destroying the NHL. Destroying the NHL.
Well, yes, I said
consistently.
So we talk about this. Yeah.
Just bet NHL. That's all you need to do.
If you want to make money, you make the most money. Look, football's fun. It's the most exciting. But if you're in this to actually make money on a daily basis, hockey is the most profitable sport. It always is. And he's killing it, as he usually does. And you know what's coming up pretty soon? College hoops.
Mm-hmm.
College hoops. You'll have hockey. You'll have college hoops. You'll have NCAA football. You'll have NFL football. Busy time of year. A lot
and
of
you
fun.
know what else you might have? You know what else you might have?
What? Oh, what?
According to him today, you might have a sports book live pretty soon at Seminole.
Pretty soon. The Hard Rock sports book shall be open. The app is going to be available, up and running. It was up and running last year for a small bit. Great app, to be quite honest with you. Fantastic app. The best app by far that I had seen. So yeah, beatingthebookie.com. That's where you get everything. At Beating the Bookie on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Get your free plays on there. And he's a good follow. He's a good follow. I do have you doing plays.
Yeah, we got picks. We got picks.
I got 2 plays.
On,
how we doing on these plays there, Jenners?
Not a good week last week.
What, 0-2?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
We had Oregon and Utah plus 48, and Utah only scored 3. It's like 35-3 or something like that.
Oh,
and then he had Hawaii plus 11, and Hawaii got run out of the building.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
It happens.
That's fine. It happens. They're free plays. Just get the packages, would you? Anyway, hold on. I got 2 plays. 2 plays.
What you got?
Notre Dame -3.
Okay.
Notre Dame -3 for 1 unit. And if you don't know how the units work, so units you can. So say you want to be a 1 unit is $10 for you, or $25, or $50, or $100, whatever it is. So if it's a 1 unit play, you would bet $25. If it's a 3 unit play, you'd bet $75. That's how it works.
And he does 1, 2, and 3 unit plays.
He does. He just max plays of 5 units as well.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes.
Never seen. Very rarely, maybe a 4 unit, but it's 3 is a really good one. And then looks his max plays for the most part, he kills him. So what I say, use Notre Dame -3, Washington -3 as well. Notre Dame and Washington both -3.
And those are your plays by Beating the Bookie. Do you know what Rueben Bain and Paul Bain's Roofing have in common? 4.8 stars. Hey, listen, out of 1,030 real client reviews, Paul Bain's got 4.8. That's really what Rueben Bain's and they're both criminally underrated. They're 5 stars. We know that they're 5 stars. Rueben Bain's a 5-star. Paul Bain's is a 5-star. And it's a simple number to follow. Just like Rueben Bain's sacks. It's what do you know? 954-561-305-981 roof. 981 roof. The roof. The roof.
The roof.
The roof's not on fire. It's leaking. So call Paul Bain and let him fix this. Yeah. Yeah, mother. Yeah. Yeah. That's the song. That's the song. Huge Miami Hurricane fans. Yeah. Huge Miami Hurricane fans. You know, you see somebody with a blue tarp, hook them up. Tell them, give Paul a call. Hey, I'm Paul.
Give me a call.
That's right.
Yeah. Bange.
Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
We are back. So I believe before we get into the college football playoff talk and rankings, we got an OBB AI.
Oh God.
Again?
What? Why?
know,
Oh
kind of a
God!
scoop this
Listen,
week on the
it was.
God.
I don't
Universally.
because it like it's learning things too well.
People overwhelmingly said
I'm
last week was the
afraid.
best.
I'm afraid every time this shit goes on the air, I'm afraid of what it's going to say.
Scoop, listen. In my mind, we're getting closer with every iteration. It's getting smarter and learning more. We're getting closer to the point where we will no longer have to show up.
Not a bad idea.
Mm.
I could have slept.
Or
I
you're
could have
gonna
gone.
be-
I could have gone to sleep very early today.
Or you're going to be Scarlett Johansson, and you're going to have to sue for the AI representation. Apparently, somebody put her an AI.
I'm sure
of her in an
whatever,
ad, and she's suing
bro.
the hell
I'm
out
sure
of it.
whatever company you uploaded this into, they own our voice.
Oh yeah, no, they've got AI versions of you out there doing pics you never made. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
And you're Miles Bennett Dyson.
yeah.
Our
creative
voices will live
Cyberdyne.
on long
Right,
after we're
right.
gone. All right, so what do we got?
Boy.
All right, so there's been some barbs exchanged online with the show about how you guys have approached the recap shows on winning weeks. Maybe some things were said. So I told the AI, if anyone's going to roast the OBBs, it has to be the AI OBBs. And I found out that the
Jesus.
AI is not that good at comedy. So
Oh God.
here's week
Jesus.
here's week 10.
Welcome to AI Orange Bowl Boys week 10.
Guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little upset about all the hate that's been following the real OBBs after they've been killing the team after these big wins. People have just been mean.
And we've been thinking about something. The only ones who should roast the real life OBBs are us. So welcome to the AI roast of the Orange Bowl Boys.
And calm down, real toast. Roast doesn't mean we give you an actual roast.
You see, that's the spirit.
Okay. You guys look like you met on Minecraft trying to solicit the same underage girl.
Scoop, you remind me of a Slinky. They aren't good for much, but they bring a smile to your face when you push them down the stairs.
Toast, you must have been born on a highway because that's where most accidents happen.
Roman, not having you on the recap show this week reminded me of a cloud. The day got a lot brighter when you disappeared. No one to rain on our parade except the other two guys.
But hey, guys, don't feel bad. We're just having some fun. I mean, a lot of people have no talent. You guys just have a podcast to showcase it.
Personally, I think the show will go really far, and hopefully it stays there. Go Cans!
Let's go.
Bang.
I don't know. You
just
say
don't
that's
know.
not funny. I think that's pretty
I
funny.
think they did a
Hey,
pretty
the
good
slinky
job.
No, I
Slinky
literally
part.
had to fill the thing with rim shots because it was just dead air in between all of them. It's like,
I like it. Yeah, this is pretty funny.
Well, better than rim jobs.
Hey,
Oh, my God.
Hey, oh,
is it
hey,
the title
hey,
of this
oh,
week's
oh,
episode?
hey.
Wow.
Question mark? Better? No? Okay.
All right,
Wowzy.
gotta fill it with something.
Mhm.
There you go.
Okay. Some headlines. So ACC announced the upcoming slate of games. Hurricanes and Seminoles now placed on a 6-day hold. So what we know, the game is going to be on ABC. What we don't know is what time is that going to be? Noon, 3:30, or 8 p.m. So in your dream scenario, what time are they playing this game?
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I just prefer night games.
Is there a better
I don't know,
chance
I mean,
for an
like, I
upset
just- I
at
don't-
noon or at 8?
Huh?
Is there a better chance of an upset at noon or at 8?
I'm curious what that
Well, we
line's going
know.
to be. For some
don't
reason,
know.
I'm going to split the difference. You want noon, you want 8. I want 3:30.
Okay.
Just a lot of wars. I mean, either at noon or 3:30 that I remember over the years. So I want that 3:30 game right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm being selfish. I like it later because then you have the entire day to do whatever you got to do.
I got you. No, absolutely. Listen, I love the primetime game. So we got primetime this weekend. So I'm guessing that Louisville game will probably be primetime as well at home.
I mean, I don't remember us having this many night games
Well,
ever.
we're over 500. We weren't last year.
True.
No, I mean,
How
like
many did we
that-
have
like, this
in
is every
2017?
week.
2017,
week
we
was-
had a handful, right?
Yeah, but last
Yeah.
week was the first in I don't know how long that we weren't.
Yeah.
I think it was the first game. It didn't rain. It didn't
Yeah.
rain. It rained. It's rained all season.
That's true. It has rained every game. Strangely enough.
All right. Next piece of news, the ACC. So we know we got 3 new teams coming in, Cal, Stanford, SMU next year. So they've had to throw out the schedule they spent all this time coming up with our set 3 rivals and all that. It's all out the window. So now the new schedule this takes over next year. We only have 2 set rivals every year, FSU and VA Tech, and I love it. In my mind, those are our 2 rivals.
Totally.
Our history with VA Tech is way too much to push aside. We've had memorable matchups with them going back to the Big East.
Amen, brother. It took them 1 season to realize what they came up with was a really bad idea. So, and at this point in time, with some of the teams threatening exodus,
Mm-hmm.
with them threatening real exodus, not the Bob Marley kind, they want to placate, some of the teams. Hey, let's try to make this right, and they made it right, at least by us. We have to play Florida State. Virginia Tech is obviously number 2. I felt no allegiance to Boston College and Louisville. Come on, whatever. That was more of a favor to them because they can use that as a recruiting stop because, look, we're in Miami. Might as well recruit down here because this is where all the good players are. Never understood that one.
We don't have to play UNC next year.
No, we don't. Now, let me ask what you think about this, though. The one weird thing is, so every year we're either going to have both rival games at home or both on the road. We're never going to have, it's never going to be 1-1. Next year we have both of them at home. The following year, they're both on the road. They'll go back and forth like that. And this is for 7 years.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
That is kind of stupid. Yeah.
It's kind of dumb.
I'm okay with that.
Also interesting, we have to go out to Cal next year.
We do.
Which some of the players have said they've never been to California before.
Right.
And that is a long plane
flight,
ride.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. I feel bad for
San
those
Francisco.
teams.
I mean,
Well, and then in
San Francisco
2025,
long.
we go to Stanford. So we have back-to-back years where we have to go out to California.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Yeah. That's just weird to me.
Actually, we go out to Stanford 2 years in a row.
And it's not just neither one of them are easy to get to. Like Cal, you got to go into San Francisco and you got to get up out of the Bay Area. And then Stanford, you got to fly into San Francisco down to Palo Alto. I mean, maybe there's a different place. You can go to Monterey.
I remember going out to Cal.
Just...
remember playing Cal out there and Marshawn Lynch kicked our ass. So that was back in the day.
Yeah. It's just, that's kind of silly. That's kind of silly.
Is.
Although I would love to play USC every year back and forth.
Yeah, we'll have to get into a new conference for that to happen.
Yeah. Let's get into the Big Ten.
Let's get that done. Yeah, absolutely. All right. First college football ranking came out, boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ohio State 1, Georgia 2, Michigan 3, Florida State number 4, Washington, Oregon coming respectively at number 5 and number 6.
Oh, wait. I don't even care. You say Michigan, and I'm thinking about that dude on the sideline with Google glasses.
Bro.
With
Scallions,
glasses.
bro.
He had glasses. What in the world
is this? That man is on the sideline at CMU. Like,
looking Bobby Valentine.
Earth is happening.
Yeah.
It's like, and Josh Pate pointed it out at the point that he's wearing the sunglasses. It's like midnight.
Yeah.
It is like, it's way dark and he's got this green light that comes on him. Oh, so you know that this is spearheaded by Ohio State, right? You know,
like does Harbaugh survive this? Can he survive this?
It gets crazier by the day.
Well, so here's the other thing. All right. I saw a stat today. Red zone defense in college football. You know who number 1 is? Michigan. Teams are scoring against them 33% of the time. You know who number 2 is? Notre Dame. It's 64. And then everyone is up after that. Dude, they're twice as good as everybody, the second best team when it comes to red zone defense. You don't think knowing the science could help with that? A compressed field?
Their spy and espionage team is so great that they actually got Josh Gaddis a Broyles Award. That's how good they are.
That's what we mentioned that. And you think that's crazy. But this dude got an award based on cheating.
Well, this guy was in the
Because we
military.
saw
bro.
him
This
the
is his
year after.
specialty.
Huh?
This is some Men in Black time. He must have
Stallions.
Wild
he,
stuff.
he just forgot
Yeah.
to like memory erase thingy one
Right.
person. That's the only reason why this got out of hand. This guy, he was on the sideline. It's almost irrefutable.
Like he's on the
it's
sideline
him.
for another university, for Christ's sake.
With a shirt right behind McElwain, who I was impressed
right
that
behind
he
the
wasn't
shark humper.
exactly that he wasn't humping a shark at that moment.
He's
Mr.
right
Jimmy John.
there. What's he doing? Like, how does he get there? And what's he
I know.
doing there?
Nobody
He had a
turns around.
pass.
Nobody turns around. It's like, who are you?
Who's this guy?
Like,
He's literally
who's this
right
guy?
behind McElwain.
And
Listen,
you gotta
hold on.
think. You gotta think, right? You gotta think. Hold on. That this isn't the first time a team has pulled this off, right? Hey, we're just gonna give you a Miami shirt. Just stand on their sidelines with something. And just call us at halftime. Tell us what's going on. Like you gotta think that this has happened before. But man, this story gets worse and worse.
By the
I
day,
don't-
it gets more ridiculous.
I don't know how Harbaugh survives this thing, man. I don't know how he has plausible deniability on this.
Yeah, but
It's-
how
I
does
mean-
it get to him? Okay, so this guy's an overzealous kind of guy.
this
that's
guy-
on-
no, hold
I
on,
just saw
hold
a
on.
video today. Well, I just saw a video today
Talk to me.
of him talking to Harbaugh on the sideline during
So-
plays, and Harbaugh takes his headset off, listens to him, puts his headset back on.
The other thing is, this guy purchased thousands of dollars in tickets under his own name with his own credit cards and only made $35,000 a year.
Mm.
Like he was buying tickets for the college football playoff game, 45-yard line seats for every Big Ten game. Like he spent like $10,000 on seats. Like get the fuck out of here. Like
Did
no,
not,
he didn't.
Did not. He did not spend $10,000.
Somebody paid him back
He didn't spend that.
because it was on his credit cards. That's how they tracked his ass. Didn't buy from a scalper outside for cash. Put this shit on his credit cards.
Who ratted him out? And you know how he got
Ryan
ratted
Day.
out.
Oh, yeah.
I know
someone
that.
from
I know
Ohio
it's
State. Come on.
I know
Or
it's
Michigan
spearheaded.
State.
I know it's spearheaded that way. But the thing that you gotta, people can't keep secrets, man.
Michigan
So you know
State.
he's
Pissed off Michigan State fan who, because Mel Tucker just lost his job and they're in disarray, wanted to take down Michigan as well.
you know he's.
figured it.
Hey guys, guess what I just did?
Uh-huh.
You know he's in some Discord chat telling all his buddies, "Bro, I stole all the Shark
Whoa, whoa,
Humpers
whoa.
plays."
What if it's McElwain because he wants the Michigan job?
Yeah, there you go. Just pay off the spy. Hey, we know you're
So
spying.
he brought him on the sideline.
I'm just saying.
I saw him
It was
deny
a
it
ruse.
today.
Yeah, it was a ruse by
He's
McElwain.
like, I
He
had
actually
no idea who that guy was.
Dude, you
He
can't
busted
look
him
at
that
all
night.
the one
He
that
was,
humps
he
a
was
shark.
never on the sheets.
Yeah.
Don't know
He
how he got a
busted him.
pass.
See, this is my theory. McElwain found him out that game, right? And in the hallway, they accosted him and they tied him up and they put him in a back room. And he's like, "Who sent you? Now this is what's going to happen, okay?" And then that's why McElwain he's the architect here. So then he flipped it back on Harbaugh.
All right.
And there you go.
So let's just say this ends. So, I mean, there was rumors that they've retracted a contract extension offer. Let's just say this ends with Harbaugh having to lose his gig. How quickly is he back in the NFL?
Oh,
I
next
say
day.
within like 2 weeks.
At least on his brother's staff as something. You know what I'm saying?
No. Vegas just fired.
Yeah. Gruden will hire him in a second.
They're still playing. You know that they're still.
Daniel.
I didn't know this.
mean,
Coaches'
guy-
coaches' contracts are guaranteed unless there's
Yeah.
just cause, right? Show cause.
Right. I mean,
But they're still
McDaniel,
paying
there's-
John
there's not
Gruden.
just cause for him.
They're
Dude,
paying
doesn't-
John Gruden's. They're still paying Gruden's.
Yeah, they
contract.
have like 70 million in contracts they're still paying. So like now how much of McDaniel's deal does he owe to Brady at this stage? I mean,
and I heard Gruden was coming to Miami.
yeah. Yes, yeah, I heard that as well.
I find it wild to me that Josh keeps getting this. Like you've seen him just burst into flames
I just don't think he's liked.
multiple times, right? And then they give him all this money to come to Vegas.
Mhm.
I mean, how long was he there?
He'll be
Is that
back on.
a year and a
He'll
half.
be back on New England's sideline like next week.
I mean, he benches Derek Carr, right?
Yeah.
They're all time, and then for Garoppolo, I mean, what are you
Right.
like, dude?
Yeah.
And that was brutal with Devontae Adams.
You see him with Devontae
yeah.
last week?
Oh
Oh,
my! Devontae Adams like left some fantasy guy literally just pulled that like Care Bear thing where he jumped into oncoming bus.
Yes,
he just
that one?
he
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just pulled that once he realized he could have won his fantasy game and didn't because Jimmy G decides to go just Leroy
Like he was
Jenkins this
throwing
bitch.
left-handed, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, Leroy Jenkins just boom, not even close. I mean,
So
he
bad.
literally left like 170 yards on the field for
So
that guy.
bad.
170 yards and 2 tutties, and all the guy. It was like I don't think I've seen somebody that open in the NFL all year, and he just whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Missed him twice. He didn't even keep the second one in play.
Yeah, he don't care.
all right. We lost Bobby Knight,
Oh,
Yeah.
sad.
83.
Chairs
Legendary.
rejoice, though.
Listen, I
Chairs
hope
rejoicing.
I hope they take him at his word and bury him ass
Yeah.
side up so his critics can kiss his ass.
Yeah,
There you go.
that would
there
be
you
fantastic.
That would be awesome. Yep.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we and Matthew Perry last week. We didn't talk
Mhm.
about that either, man.
Yeah.
Brutal,
Brutal,
right?
That's
54,
too. I mean,
dude.
look. I mean, Matthew Perry, for if nothing else, was one of the greatest characters in sitcom history.
100% Chandler Bing. Yes.
Chandler Bing was
Yep.
an absolute icon in that space. And look, he's battled with it, right? We still don't know what happened, but man, that sucks. That
Dude,
sucks.
I didn't realize you had mentioned it on the recap show. I think we talked about it briefly, but I didn't realize the amount of like surgeries and like, I mean, he'd been in that rehab like 67 times. Like, I mean, like his high point 55 Vicodin a day, I think, or something
day,
like
he
that.
said,
like,
yeah,
bro, oh, like your
Yeah.
insides, I can't even believe how ravaged.
Yeah,
they were.
yeah. And even when, even like recent interviews or interviews within the past few years, I mean, his speech isn't great. You
Mhm.
know, I mean, it's
They didn't look great on that reunion. They think
well,
they did.
no, I mean, fuck,
Yeah.
he's put on, I don't know how much weight, right? I mean,
But, yeah.
but I mean, it sucks. It sucks. He was so good.
All right, let's do some picks, boys, and get the hell out of here. How
Okay.
we do last week, Jenners?
Oh, well, you had a week last week. Toast
Oh,
went
did
6-0, unbeaten.
Daddy.
Scoop split the diff 3-3. Roman went 2-4.
All right. Game 1. So what's the season record?
Toasty is 25-29. Scoop leading the way 30-24. Roman 24-30.
Damn, Scoop's so kicking ass. All right. Game number 1. Number 23, Kansas State at number 7, Texas, 12 noon on Fox. You got no Ewers, I believe, for Texas. Longhorns given 4.
Can I just mention something?
Oh,
mention
boy.
something here.
Okay.
Who didn't start for Texas last week?
Ewers. Yeah.
Who else didn't start for Texas last week?
Manning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the quarterback for Texas last week?
I didn't watch the game. Bad, very poor.
How bad is Manning? I just want to know. I mean, because that dude was cheeks. Manning's just not sniffing anything.
You know, they're keeping him wrapped up.
Okay. What's the line?
Texas -4.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm taking Kansas State.
yeah, I would take Kansas State too, to be honest with you. Texas just not nearly as good without Ewers.
Texas, go Horns, hook 'em.
Hook 'em.
All right. Next up, number 12, Mizzou at number 2, Georgia.
Speaking of quarterbacks not starting, neither is Jake Garcia.
Dude, he's third or fourth. I mean, we want to talk about getting a quality backup in the portal. He could have just stayed here and been third string.
Mm-hmm. Wow. This game is 3:30 on CBS. UGA given 15.5. No respect to Mizzou.
No.
0.
And there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. Go Dogs.
Roof, roof.
Well, fuck that. I'm taking Mizzou. If you're both going doggies, I'm taking Mizzou. Going opposite. Hoping that, they pull a surprise. Keep it close. All right, next up, rivalry game. Number 9 Oklahoma at number 22 Oklahoma State. 3:30 on ABC. This is Bedlam, right?
Bedlam.
Mm-hmm. Oklahoma giving 5.5. A home dog. I'm taking Oklahoma State.
I think the Sooners rally after last week.
All right.
Boomer Sooner.
Next up, Pac-12, number 5 Washington at number 20 USC. 7:30 ABC. Washington giving 3.
Huskies.
Yeah, I'm taking Washington to win big. I think they blow this thing. Yeah.
USC in an upset.
All right, with no defense. Sure.
That's a tough last name, man. That's a tough last name to deal with.
Penix?
Yeah.
Yeah, your whole life? 100%. Thank God he was a great athlete.
That's a tough one.
But thank God he was a great athlete. Imagine if he was a nerd.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's more of a hard one, Scoop, other than a tough one. But
that's a hard one to deal. That's a hard last name to deal with.
Yeah.
Number 14, LSU. At number 8, Alabama. 7:45 CBS. Alabama given 3.
They look good. They've looked good
much
since
better.
they were utter shit. I mean, the worst we've seen them in 15 years. And they look damn good. 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, roll Tide. I mean, I can't. It's just too much.
Bro?
Listen. I'm telling you, because it would be due because I was the head coach for the Tigers. That guy took my job. Go Nick Saban. Fuck the Tigers.
You're taking Bama.
yeah.
All right, I'm taking LSU. Fuck it, I'm going opposites. All right, last game of the day.
It's
8 o'clock. ACC Network. Miami at NC State. Miami given 4.5.
Yeah. Bless it. It's hard. Okay. I'll go.
Go ahead.
What's the line?
Miami
4.5?
minus 4.5. Yeah.
4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going here again. I'm going here again. And I'm going here again.
Oh shit.
I've got the Canes winning this on the field.
Mm-hmm.
34-32.
Oh, okay. Disrespecting our defense. Interesting. I am taking fucking idiot. I'm taking the Miami Hurricanes to win this game. 38-24. A convincing win on the road heading into FSU.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
which
it.
gives which makes them put that game at prime time.
Correct.
Because it's a convincing Miami win.
Okay.
Your University of Miami 29. Don't ask me how we get there. NC State 20.
Interesting.
All right.
We're out of safety.
Yeah, you were out of safety. A couple field goals.
We're out of
safety.
safety.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
We are. It's kind of like I'm not really sure how we get to 34.
That's easy.
We'll figure out.
You get to
You'll
31.
figure it out.
28 and 2 field
Yeah,
goals.
28 and 2 field goals. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So what are we naming this?
Better than rim jobs.
Wow.
Hard Penix.
Yeah, I did write down. That's a hard last name.
Hard Penix.
Hard Penix.
Hard Penix.
We're juvenile.
Penix. Tough to
Always.
swallow.
Tough to swallow.
That's too much to write.
Yeah, that wasn't actually said during the show.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
No, when I'm good with whatever you guys want to go with. I don't care.
Producer's pick.
I like Hard Penix.
Hard Penix is fine.
Surprise us.
Yeah.
Surprise us.
Yeah.
All
there
right.
you go.
So hopefully everybody will be back with a very upbeat, chipper, and positive recap show on Sunday morning.
No, we won't.
Fuck yeah, we will. We're going to win 38-24, and everyone's going to be
OBBAI.
thrilled.
Even if we
No.
win, we're not going to be upbeat, apparently. So what is it? So it's pretty safe to say that's a safe bet. That's a safe bet. We're going to win, and
what
we're.
do you think of the theory that that we embrace overtime because there's no clock management involved?
Well,
Can't
but
mess
then
it
that
up.
38-24 is not happening.
No, but that's a good theory, right?
Sure. No, yeah.
I was asking Ro.
Oh,
You brought it
Yeah,
up.
no.
I did.
It was like there's no clock management involved.
everything I bring up is genius.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty valid, no?
Yeah. You don't. There's no clock. You don't have to kneel.
Nothing to do except
Yeah.
call a play and
Yeah.
snap it before the play
So,
clock.
what's the guy? Stallions. That's his name, right? Stallions. Like the
Yeah.
horsey.
Stallions.
Is that guy good at clock management? Because I'm pretty sure he's going to need a job. I mean, he's really good at what he does. I'm sure we could say, hey, man, scout us.
Did you
Hey,
see-
Neil.
Did you
It's just-
see Harbaugh's record
Since Stallion's been hired,
prior
Mhm.
to and then after what they say is the time frame that he started implementing this stuff? Holy shit. Off the top of my
Listen.
head, I don't know the numbers, but it's staggering.
I give them credit. They have taken the art of banging a garbage can to new friggin' levels.
yeah, go
Like this
Astros.
puts what the Astros did to shame. This is like literal like
This is-
espionage, and this
yeah.
is awesome. This is
This
fucking
this
awesome.
took work.
this
This is
shit,
Bill
yeah.
Belichick level.
Oh,
espionage.
this is
Deflategate.
absolute. This is Lex Luthor, bro. Like
But
this
somebody
is
has
super
to
villain
manage
shit.
him. Think
Yeah.
about that. Who's the
Right.
person? Who's the person like putting this whole thing together?
Stallion Gate. I love it. All right, let me quick question. So we're gonna give Harbaugh, like, which one's worse? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not trying to take away from his legacy, but I guess I kind of am. Alabama cheated their dick off. We know this. Offering players left and right. It's cheating. They all do this. They all cheat. They all try to get a leverage advantage. Which one's worse? The fact that you paid players all these years. And Nick's had a struggle. Listen, Nick's struggled ever since the NIL got legalized. He was fighting tooth and nail not to let that happen. He was a part of the NIL game before it happened. But he cheated. Stop it. I don't want to hear it. Which one's worse? Harbaugh cheating or Saban cheating?
Harbaugh. And I'll tell you why. Because say what you will about Saban cheating, there has been a scandal about it. It wasn't like a Tennessee thing with McDonald's bags full of cash. Like he has, but they have done it so fucking well that you don't got anything on. There hasn't been an expose about it, right?
Teflon Don.
Exactly.
Oh, there's been
He's
exposés.
got-
They just
well,
don't get publicized.
But there's but nothing like this. Nothing like what's happened in Tennessee or what's happening in Michigan. Like nothing like with the tattoo thing with Ohio State back with Tressel. Like he's escaped all that, bro, because they have done it better than anybody else. So I give him credit for that. If you're gonna cheat, you better not get fucking caught. You better not, because look at Harbaugh now, bro. Like up there stammering like a dipshit, trying to make excuses for why he has no idea what's going on.
You should just blame Ohio State of doing it. That's
He
that's
should.
that's
He
the
should.
textbook,
Just
right?
flip it. Just flip it around. Just make some obligatory out of bounds accusations because he's so screwed. He should just go on the offensive and just start making shit up.
Ohio State's paying for.
There you go.
That's
There you go.
probably further than I would have gone.
Okay, wow, you got to go all the way, bro. You got to go all the
I mean,
way.
I'm just, that's probably a little bit further than I
That was
would have.
nervous laughter from me. Please, after he makes that comment,
That was
I'm
AI
clarifying
toast. That was AI toast. That said that.
I'm
Yeah.
clarifying my laughter when he said I was like that was nervous laughter. You know, not I condone that laughter. I definitely don't.
I mean, yeah, okay. But he should just start making stuff up and just throwing everybody under the bus with completely false accusations.
Mhm.
What else are you going to do? He's got to make just a complete shitstorm out of the whole thing.
If I'm
You think
going
he
down,
makes it to the end of the season?
I
Is
think
he
so.
coaching them in the college football playoff?
I think this gives University of Michigan arsenal to like void portions of his contract, whatever's remaining.
Portions.
Yeah. I mean, what he's been paid. Whatever the future, that's the portion I'm looking at.
Yeah.
He's not going to have
that's
any
cause.
No,
I
it'd be
mean,
cause. It'd be cause.
He's
of course it's
for cause.
I mean, you can't it's so, man, Michigan's got it rough. Michigan State. Which one? So Urban
he's going
apparently
Pete
is
Carroll.
taking
He's
the Michigan.
He's going to have cause for life.
But that's correct. What were we saying? Urban supposedly is taking the Michigan State job.
Oh, stop! Really? Do they have?
Supposedly.
I mean, really? Are there?
Well,
are
they don't have to
area
pay Mel
sports
Tucker
bars and
$95 million.
restaurants? Are they game for this? I mean, he's going to have his fist up every single. Yeah.
Whatever happened to that? The little blondie that was on his lap.
This?
Yeah, I know. What? Like he's like, what? Who was she?
Like, it got happy about it.
Yeah, how big was that diamond?
Yeah, like who is this girl?
So hold on a second. So now Michigan potentially comes open.
Oh my goodness, that would be.
You can't go to Michigan after being at Ohio State.
Yes, you can.
Urban Meyer would. He absolutely would. Yes.
Manny Diaz came from Florida State, and so did Mark Rick.
Well,
Mark Rick.
I bet
he was a Miami guy.
Comes open. If Michigan comes open and he doesn't seal that deal with Michigan State, he 100% goes there.
I think the Michigan State, if he does, then Michigan State goes to Manny Diaz.
Oh, you think Manny Diaz is going to go to Michigan State?
I think he's going to get a head coaching job after this year.
I think he's going to do terrible out there. He's not a really good recruiter.
I'm just saying, I think he's going to get a head coaching job after this year.
He's not a good recruiter.
I'm he's out there thinking that Miami wasn't any worse under him, and he's had good defense in 2 years, and I think they're going to give him a shot.
I mean, he's going to get a job. He deserves a job, and that's not a bad job, but that's still P5. I don't know.
He ain't getting a Michigan State job.
State's not giving him a job.
Maybe he'll go back to Temple.
No, they'll never hire his ass.
He left him at the altar. Game this time.
He left him at the altar. Maybe he takes over SMU.
He didn't leave him at the altar. He left him at the honeymoon. he had the gig for what?
Yeah, he said that's true.
He left him at the honeymoon. Yes. Yeah, he didn't leave him at the altar.
He did.
He walked out of the honeymoon.
And we signed, and Miami signed his prenup. Because we paid it.
All right, let's shut this shit down. Let's get the hell out of here. It's late. All right. See you guys on Sunday morning. As always, go Canes!
Yo! Bang.